You make more money than you did 3 years ago. But somehow, at the end of every month, your bank account tells the same story: empty, or close to it. And you can't figure out why. It's not one big mistake, it's 7 small ones. 7 traps hiding in plain sight that your brain falls for over and over. And the people who designed these traps, they didn't just guess. They studied psychology. They know exactly how your mind works. And they built a system that exploits every weakness you have. In the next 7 minutes, I'm going to show you each trap, name it, break down the psychology behind it, and give you one fix that actually works. Because once you see the trap, you can't fall into it. Let's start with the one that got you years before you even noticed. You got a raise last year, $5,000. More money. You should feel richer. But you don't. Because within 3 months, that raise disappeared. A slightly nicer apartment, a few more dinners out, a subscription upgrade you barely noticed. And now you're right back where you started, except the numbers are bigger. This is called lifestyle creep, and the psychology behind it is something called hedonic adaptation. Your brain has a happiness set point. When something good happens, like a raise, you get a spike of joy. But then your brain resets. The new car becomes just your car. The bigger apartment becomes normal, and you need more just to feel the same. This isn't a character flaw, it's biology. But it's also why lottery winners report being just as happy, or unhappy, 2 years later as they were before they won. The fix? When your income goes up, automate the gap. Before lifestyle creep can claim it, route that extra money somewhere it can't be touched. A separate account, an investment, anything that removes the option to spend it. You can't out-discipline your own brain. You have to get the money out of reach before your brain adapts to having more. Open your phone. Go to your subscriptions. Right now, I'll wait. How many did you find? 3, 7, 12? Here's what's happening. Companies have realized that one big purchase hurts, but $12 a month? That's nothing. You won't even notice. So they convert everything into subscriptions. Streaming, software, meal kits, fitness apps, cloud storage you forgot you signed up for in 2021. And it works because of two psychological forces working together. First, inertia. Once something is set up, your brain treats it as the default. Canceling requires effort. Effort is something your brain is wired to avoid. Second, loss aversion. The moment you hover over that cancel button, your brain whispers, "But what if you need it next month?" Canceling feels like losing something, even if you haven't used it in 6 months. Do the math. 7 subscriptions at $12 each? That's over $1,000 a year. Gone. To services you forgot existed. The fix? Once a quarter, audit every subscription. If you haven't used it in 30 days, cancel it immediately. Every single one will let you resubscribe in under 30 seconds if you actually miss it. Spoiler, you won't. You're shopping online. The jacket is $200. That stings. Then you see it. 4 payments of $50. Suddenly, your brain relaxes. $50? That's nothing. You click buy. You just fell for payment decoupling. Here's the psychology. When you pay with cash, the pain of spending is immediate and real. Studies using fMRI scans show that paying with physical money literally activates pain centers in your brain. That pain is a break. It makes you pause. But when the payment is separated from the purchase, in time, in amount, or in form, the break disappears. Your brain registers $50, not $200. And companies like Klarna and Afterpay know this. They're not offering you convenience. They're engineering the removal of your spending break. Research shows that buy now, pay later users spend 2 to 3 times more per transaction than they would with cash or debit. Not because they need the items, because the break is gone. The fix? When you see that 4 payments option, do the reverse math in your head. Multiply it out to the full number. Say it out loud if you have to. This is $200. Make your brain feel the full cost. That's the only way the break comes back. That rush when you click buy now. You know the feeling. Your heart speeds up. You get a little hit of excitement. For about 3 seconds, everything feels good. Then the package arrives. You open it. And nothing. The feeling's already gone. Welcome to dopamine spending. Your brain doesn't release the most dopamine when you receive a reward. It releases the most dopamine anticipating the reward. The waiting, the tracking number,
The out for delivery notification. That's the peak.
Once you have the thing, the dopamine drops. So your brain, having learned the pattern, starts craving the next hit, the next order, the next rush. And with one-click checkout and targeted ads, the loop is faster than it's ever been in human history. This isn't shopping. It's a chemical cycle designed to keep you chasing a high that never lasts. The fix is simple but brutal. Install friction. Remove saved payment methods. Delete shopping apps from your phone. Add a 48-hour rule. Anything non-essential sits in the cart for 2 days before you can buy it. The dopamine spike happens in seconds. If you can delay the purchase by 2 days, the craving almost always passes, and you'll realize you never actually wanted the thing. You wanted the hit. Imagine I handed you a stack of $20 bills and said, "Go buy a $1,000 television." Physically counting out 50 bills, watching the stack shrink, handing it over. Would you do it? Maybe, but you'd feel it. Now imagine swiping a piece of plastic. Same purchase, completely different feeling. This is payment abstraction. The more layers between you and your money, the less real it feels. Cash is concrete, cards are abstract, and the more abstract the payment, the more you spend. Studies show that credit card users spend 12 to 18% more per transaction than cash users. Not on better things, just more, because the pain signal never fires. Credit card companies didn't invent this psychology accidentally. They know that when spending doesn't hurt, people do more of it. The fix isn't to cancel your cards, it's to make the spending visible. Set up real-time spending notifications on your phone. Every swipe, every tap, you get a notification with your remaining balance. Make the abstract concrete again. Pain is information. You need to feel it to make good decisions. Your coworker pulls up in a new car. Your friend posts vacation photos from Greece. That guy from high school? Apparently he's a millionaire now. At least, that's what his Instagram says. And suddenly your life feels less. Your car is fine. Your weekend was fine. But compared to the highlight reel you just scrolled through, fine feels like failure. This is social comparison theory, and social media turned it from a neighborhood problem into a 24-hour assault. Psychologists have studied this for decades. Your satisfaction with your income isn't based on the absolute number, it's based on what the people around you have. That's called relative deprivation. You could be earning more than 90% of the country, but if your social circle earns more, you'll feel poor. And here's the cruel part. You're not comparing yourself to real people. You're comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's carefully edited highlight reel. The new car they're financing for 7 years. The vacation they put on a credit card. The wealth they're performing, not building. The fix? Unfollow anyone who makes you feel financially inadequate. Not out of anger, out of strategy. Your comparison set is poisoning your financial decisions. Shrink it to people you actually know, whose real lives you can see. You can't stop comparing, but you can control who you compare to. $5 for coffee, $12 for lunch delivery, $7 for a snack you grabbed at the gas station. None of these feel like real decisions. Each one is so small it barely registers, so you make 20 of them a day without thinking. But your brain isn't adding them up. That's mental accounting, the psychological quirk where your mind files every small purchase in a separate mental folder labeled miscellaneous. There's no alarm because each folder on its own is harmless. Meanwhile, the math is brutal. $5 coffee times 20 workdays, $100. $12 lunch delivery times 15 orders, $180. That subscription you forgot, the app upgrade, the treat-yourself Uber ride. By the end of the month, $700 has vanished into purchases your brain classified as didn't count. The fix? Pick one spending category, just one, and track every single transaction in that category for 30 days. Not budgeting, just tracking. Write down every coffee, every delivery fee, every "it's only $5." Awareness alone changes behavior. When your brain can no longer hide purchases in separate mental folders, it starts treating them as what they actually are, real money, leaving your account that you're never getting back. 7 traps. 7 psychological loopholes that have been draining your money while your brain looked the other way. Lifestyle creep. Subscriptions. Buy now, pay later. Dopamine spending, credit card abstraction, the Joneses, micro-spending. None of these require superhuman discipline to fix. They require awareness. Because once you can name the trap, you can see it coming. And once you can see it, you can step around it. The system is designed to exploit how your brain works. Now, you know how it works. So the next time you feel that urge, that impulse to spend, pause. Ask yourself, is this me making a decision, or is this a trap? If this video helped you see money differently, subscribe. There are more traps to expose.